Not about blaming yourself, but about reclaiming your power. Because when you realize that you are the architect of your life, you stop waiting for circumstances to change and start changing them yourself. Most people spend their lives pointing fingers. They blame the economy, their childhood, their genetics, or their past failures. They tell themselves, I would be successful if only I had more money, more time, better opportunities. But here's the truth, there will always be obstacles. There will always be unfair situations. And yet some people rise above while others stay stuck. Why? Because the people who rise take full responsibility for where they are and where they're going. They refuse to be victims. They refuse to let excuses dictate their destiny. Look at anyone who has transformed their life. They all share one thing in common at some point. They made a decision, a real decision. Not a wish, not a half-hearted attempt, but a decision that said, this is it. I will no longer accept anything less than the best version of myself. That decision led to action. The action created momentum, and that momentum reshaped their life. When you take 100% responsibility for your life, you take back control. You stop waiting for a miracle, and you become the miracle. You stop hoping someone will come to save you, and you realize that you are the hero of your own story. It's not easy. It requires looking in the mirror and being brutally honest with yourself. It requires acknowledging that some of your habits, your mindset, your daily routines are keeping you stuck. Well, here's the power in this realization. If you are responsible for creating your current situation, you are also responsible for changing it. Start right now. Look at every area of your life, your health, your finances, your relationships, your mindset. Where are you thriving? Where are you struggling? Now ask yourself, what role have I played in this? What decisions, actions, or inactions have led me here? This isn't about. So I'm here for this quick little session just to make sure I bring you to the point of remembering the most important thing. Why do most people fail? And the answer is they fail to take action. The knowledge is not enough. You've heard me say this over and over again. Knowledge is not power. It's potential power. It's a resource. Once you have the knowledge, you can do things. But here's the truth. Your power is in your persistence. Your ability to push forward, to keep moving, keep believing in yourself. That's what will separate you from the rest. That's what will define your future. This is the moment, right here, right now. A line in the sand. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more blaming. From this point forward, everything in your life is up to you. It doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter what's happened before. What matters is what you do next. Decide now. Own your life. Step up, take control, and start creating the future you deserve. Everything in life starts with your state. Your thoughts, your emotions, your decisions, and your actions are all shaped by the state you're in at any given moment. When you feel energized, confident, and powerful, you take bold actions, you push through challenges, and you create results. But when you feel tired, doubtful, or weak, you hesitate, you procrastinate, and you stay stuck. The difference between success and failure, between progress and stagnation, is the ability to control and shift your state at will. Your mind follows your body. If you are slouched over, breathing shallowly, speaking in a weak voice, your brain receives signals that tell it to feel small, powerless, and unmotivated. But if you stand tall, breathe deeply, move with energy, and speak with certainty, everything inside of you begins to shift. You feel stronger. You think clearer. You take action with conviction. This is why the first step to changing your life is to learn how to shift your state instantly. But most people wait to feel motivated before they take action. They think that one day they will wake up and feel ready. But motivation doesn't come first. It comes first. And when you take action, even small actions, you start to build momentum. The fastest way to create motivation is to change your body, change your focus, and change your language. Move your body with energy. Change what you're focusing on by shifting from problems to solutions. The fastest way to create motivation is to change your body, change your focus, and change your language. Move your body with energy. Change what you're focusing on by shifting from problems to solutions. Change your language by speaking powerfully about yourself and your future. These small shifts create a chain reaction. Everything in your life right now is a result of states you live in most often. If you constantly live in a state of frustration, doubt, or fear, your results will reflect that. But if you train yourself to live in a state of confidence, determination, and gratitude, your actions will align with that, and your results will change. Success isn't about luck. It's about conditioning. The people who create extraordinary lives have trained themselves to enter peak states on command. They don't allow their external circumstances to dictate their internal world. They choose their state. They demand more from themselves. And because of that, they operate at a different level. They don't allow their external circumstances to dictate their internal world. They choose their state. They demand more from themselves. And because of that, they operate at a different level. You must decide right now to take control of your state. No more waiting for the perfect conditions. No more allowing the external world to determine how you feel. It doesn't matter what's happening around you. What matters is what's happening inside you. You can feel powerful in the face of challenges. You can feel unstoppable even when things aren't going your way. But it starts with a decision to raise your energy, shift your focus, and use your physiology to create an unstoppable mindset. The greatest achievers in history were not the ones who never faced hardship. They were the ones who refused to let hardship control them. They mastered their emotions. They mastered their thoughts. They mastered their state. And because of that, they created results that most people only dream about. The question is, will you use it? Right now, in this moment, you can make the shift. Stand up tall, take a deep breath, move with purpose, and decide to live in a state of absolute certainty. The past doesn't matter. What happened yesterday doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what you do now. Change your state. You change your life. The only thing stopping you from becoming the person you are meant to be is the belief system you've built over the years. Every decision you make, every action you take, and every result you get is controlled by what you believe about yourself and the world. If you believe you're not smart enough, strong enough, or capable enough, you will never push yourself beyond the limits of that belief. If you believe success is only for the lucky or the talented, you will never take the bold steps required to achieve greatness. Your beliefs shape your destiny. And if you want to rebuild yourself, you must destroy the limiting beliefs that are holding you back. Think about where those beliefs came from. You weren't born with the idea that you couldn't achieve something. As a child, you failed, and tried again until you succeeded. But over time, society, parents, teachers, and experiences began planting doubts in your mind. So someone told you that you weren't good enough. Someone made you feel like failure was a reflection of your worth. You faced a setback and convinced yourself that maybe success wasn't for you. And with every repetition, those beliefs became stronger. They became part of your identity. And now, without even realizing it, they control your decisions every single day. The first step to breaking these limitations is to recognize them. Identify the thoughts that hold you back. Listen to the voice inside your head when you hesitate, when you doubt, when you shrink away from opportunities. What does it say? I'm not ready. I'm not good enough. What if I fail? The moment you catch these thoughts, you must interrupt them. Challenge them. Ask yourself, is this really true? Or is this just something I've repeated to myself?